Here we go, we're racing in Moto3 2022. Great start by the pole man, Ayumu Sasaki. Likewise, safely through though. Sasaki then makes his way through turn 4 for the first time. We'll be keeping close eyes, as we said, on Foggia and Guevara in particular. Two men who've definitely got race winning potential. Bear in mind that they've got at least 3 long laps giving a helping hand there. A bit of a nudge into the gravel trap. The FIM stewards will be taking a close look at that. Garcia might be in trouble here.
Absolutely. Good start for a couple of the rookies incidentally. Ivan Ortola already up to 4th position. He's right on the tail.
To explain exactly what's happening in that tower on the left-hand side, the warning, the penalty under investigation, fastest lap, that keeps you all up to date with exactly what's going on a bit further down the field. Tatsuki Suzuki, of course, being...
Diogo Moreira, who's had a sensational start to the grid. He started 18th on the grid, and he's already carved his way through to 7th.
Yeah, Foggia's got himself up inside the top 20, although he's just been pushed back to 21st place.
On the way in, and unfortunately, Tatai was just wrong place, wrong time.
I wouldn't be surprised if Garcia may have to take a trip through the long lap. There was a few suspicions that he might have to do that as a result of penalties that came at the end of Q2, so frustrating for Carlo.
The long lap penalty, as you can see now on your screens, Matteo Batelli has been given a double long lap penalty for a jump start. I mentioned before the race started, he went way past his grid slot on the grid as he was coming up to 7. As Ortola goes up the inside once again of Giamatti.
Finds a way through. Not always the best place to be, with number 53 riding all over your rear tyre.
No, not a rider who lacks aggression, Dennis Onchu. He's certainly not shy when it comes to wheel-to-wheel battles. We'll see whether he has indeed calmed down a little bit after the incident.
Look a second. As Lewis said, there's nobody able to get any slipstream. This has been a masterclass in leading from the front so far from the Japanese rider. We didn't expect an early breakaway. That's exactly what he's been able to do. And at the moment,
time ahead of him, I think we can be safe to assume he's taken his 2nd long lap penalty.
Yeah, so then Sasaki comes through turn 6 with a clear lead, a massive advantage. You don't see this very often at all. Ayumu Sasaki, who's coming through. Yeah, we thought that was going to happen. It looked like clearly it was irresponsible riding. So it's not been a great start for the Gaviota Gas team. They had Ethan Guevara punted to the back of the grid.
Promptly for Garcia. When he takes that long lap penalty, as we look at Fallon trudge away, he's going to come out somewhere near his teammate Guevara.
So lots happened here as we try and find Fallon and Suzuki. Well, that's by 10. We saw this too often from Tatsuki Suzuki over the last few years. Blown big opportunity to take race wins and podiums. The worst possible start to his Leopard Honda career. The worst possible start really to the season.
Can maybe take up the running and drag this group back towards the leader, Ayumu Sasaki.
Yeah, and if there's an inch, you know Dennis Onju is going to take a yard. So Andre Minio, his next victim in sight.
Ready is Toba. Onju looking to go to the inside as well. He's now going for the 2 and 1, and that's going to allow Jama Masia to go to the inside of Toba as well. Toba, from looking at 2nd place, now looks like he might find himself back down in 5th.
As we suspected, Foggia
he doesn't have to worry about riders going left and right past him on the main street. He can just do his lines and just do essentially a time trial in the remainder of this Grand Prix. It's up to 1.8 seconds now as these guys battle behind him.
QC4 Moto3 bikes. A slipstream at this part of the circuit can be worth 6-7 tenths of a second. Can anybody find a way through on Andre Minio? There's nothing wrong with the top speed of Minio's Sniper's Honda there, is he?
Fastest man on track remains the leader, Ayumu Sasaki, 2.1 seconds clear now.
It's interesting on Thursday in the pre-event press conference when all the riders that attended were asked for their world champion picks in
20 seconds on the lead, off the lead. His pace at the moment is good, but it's only matching the leader Sasaki.
There is Foggia's track limits warning. Great spot, Lewis. It's FIFA World Cup year here in Qatar. Foggia doesn't want an early unwanted hatch.
The rookie in his first Grand Prix, who, as I mentioned, was just battling a moment or 2 ago with the championship favourite.
Toba again. How good is Kaita Toba on the brakes? He picks up the slipstream on that CIB Green Power KTM. You think... We didn't think Toba would heed the instructions from Onju, and quite clearly he didn't. Whatever Onju's plan was, Kaita Toba was having absolutely none of it. There he's in 2nd place, the Japanese rider. He knows
on the red gas Aspar machine. He's lapping as fast as the race leader, Ayumu Sasaki, at the moment, but it's not the same for his teammate Ethan Guevara. He's in that 2nd group. He's just been passed by Xavi Artigas. Guevara, who was
Honda, he's trying to hold firm here. Toba on the brakes, but there's no way through. Onju and Masia come by as well. And Foggia, Dennis Foggia, down in 16th place, still just outside the points, has just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix squad record. So we've still got at least one Rossi in the Grand Prix World Championship this year, with Valentino Rossi calling time in his great career at the end of 2021. Then Foggia has got the speed. He's got to get through on these 2 guys, and then Toba to pinch the place straight back. But John McPhee now just starting to get into his groove. Maybe not a lot of experience with a full fuel tank and new tyres on that Husqvarna, but now it looks like that bike's coming to him, and John McPhee is going to dirty part of the track. Easy to launch yourself into orbit. So yeah, problems there. Sasaki is now 3.1 seconds clear of the chasing pack. This is the slipstream then. Andre Minio,
most experienced rider in the class, and he's in a pretty good position as well in this Grand Prix as well. Foggia continues to lap pretty quickly, although on that lap, interestingly, he lost a little bit of time. A 2:06.7 for him. That was slower.
But on at turn 12, the way he was reacting there's his crew chief, Nicky Ayo, with his father, Aki Ayo, looking alongside. It looked like maybe he was given a bit of a help. He's crashed out the Grand Prix, so the yellow flags in sector 3 and 4, they remain out. So we have lost Jama Masia. Sasaki still cruising to race one victory here. He's
Not going to be happy, neither the team, but I don't think Toba did anything bad. It's just whether or not the stewards think because he caused the crash, he's in trouble.
Yeah, Toba was running his normal line, his normal. It dropped down to 2.3, which was 1.1 seconds, of course. And then he's lost another 7 tenths in this third sector. What on earth is going on here for Yuma Sasaki? There's going to be 7 laps to go when he crosses.
We'll keep a close eye on there. We'll get another view of it. Sasaki.
This will be. Oh, his bearings come loose. The bearings come loose. Oh, can you believe it? The crazy boy will be going crazy inside that helmet. His Friday was complete. He was over 3.5 seconds clear at the front of the pack. The gap now down to under. Well, he will be under half a second through sector 3.
Simon, your thoughts?
Yeah, guys, because of the angle of the fairing, you can see when he's on the left side leaning, it's pushing.
Yoga Moreira, who's continuing to have a very impressive Grand Prix, but on this main straight in particular, he's got absolutely no defence as Yuma Sasaki. He's going right the way up to the right-hand side. He's asking riders behind him just to get through, but nothing he can.
This lap from Foggia, 2:05.561. He's in 12th place.
Yeah, boy, if the stars aligned for Dennis Foggia all of a sudden. He looked like he was struggling to get into the top 10, but now he can see the group ahead of him, and that's down the group.
Crash with a 4-second lead last year, so cruel in the extreme, although they've still got a dog in the fight, haven't they? John McPhee there, inside the top 6, looking strong.
Foggia has passed Ivan Guevara now. He's up into the top.
Yuma Sasaki's misfortune. Sergio Garcia trying to find a way up the inside of Anju. He makes it stick. Foggia now then inside the top 10, only 2.5 seconds adrift of race leader Andrea Migno. He's got his.
This time I've seen these bikes are so lightly built because there is an advantage of being lighter, but I've seen something a year or so ago where foot peg mounts are broken off at Valencia.
Turn 14, he really got out of the sea. He's now coming under pressure from Yusei Yamanaka just behind him, and just at the back of the screen, they're now in the group. Foggia has closed in now on the back of Xavi Artigas.
On his debut, Diogo Moreira, Maverick Vinales' title pick, still going strong inside the top 6.
Yeah, clear split now in this leading group as McPhee looks to get the inside of Toba. The door slam shot, and that's going to bring
mission at all, is it, from the back of the grid in 2 long lap penalties, but there's more up for grabs here. There's more for taking for the World Championship favourite Foggia. It's been a brilliant recovery to get himself into 10th place. Is he just running out of laps here?
They're not going to get him on the run to the line. Let's have a look now as we come across the line. 3 laps to go at the end of this one. They are right in the bubble in the slipstream of Migno, but they can't get him before the line.
Well, at the moment, it's Migno versus KHM at the front.
Toba once again having a look the inside of Denis Onchu into turn 4, but no injury. It looks like it's fading a little bit. The challenge of Dennis Foggia, you can see him left-hand side of the screen. You can ride on board with Foggia. He went wide
at the Grand Prix as well at 2:05.844. He's not giving up hopes of rescuing the top 6 here as well.
Yeah, there's every chance he can still get through there in the end. And the riders in this group behind Migno will now be getting to plot in there.
They fan out 4 abreast into the first corner, and again it's Kaita Toba. He's been so good, although that was really close. He almost clipped the rear tyre of Anju as well. He just had to check up there in the brakes, and that looks like it's allowed Garcia back. He thought about a move up the inside of Andrea Migno. Migno would have heard him. Migno would have seen his front tyre as well, but there was no way through, and the Italian still leads.
I think they know they've got to get ahead of Migno early. They can't allow Migno to lead this final lap. St. Garcia.
The first lap contact with Tatai.
5 years have gone past since Andrea Migno last won a Grand Prix. Mugello, of course, where he took a victory back when he was with the Sky BL 4016. It's been a long time between drink with Dennis Foggia. He did weaving on the home straight, and it landed him a penalty. If Migno isn't careful, he can find himself in trouble with the stewards. He's clearly got the straight line speed. I don't think he quite needs to do that, but of course, he probably won't know that with a race victory on the line.
Yet he needed that trio behind him to start messing each other up. They passed each other 2 or 3 times already on this last lap, and it looks like now Andrea Migno's got, 6, 7, 8 bike lengths back to himself, and Sergio Migno will be our first race winner. Here comes Garcia though, but is it going to be magic from Migno in Qatar? It's going to be super close. Andrea Migno will take it by just 0.03 of a second.
This is how it all settled when the dust settled on the opening Grand Prix of the season. Migno the winner by 0.03 of a second from Sergio Garcia, with Nepa and Adrian Fernandez, with Joel Kelso inheriting the final point from Danny Holgado, who was penalised after the flat spot. A number of retirements, of course, the key one in the race, Yuma Sasaki, who had to park at 6.